Not even gonna bother with you, Slua. I think the message here is bugger you. You got my message, I see. Alrighty. Okay. So. Sorry, I'm trying to find something. You are not what I was trying to find, but hey, whatever. I'll beat the living shit out of you. There we go. Oh wait. I think I have to do it from up here. Yep, that's what I was after. Because somehow that works. Okay, for this... Yep. There we go. Let's burn the moon. You thought I was kidding. The forge is active. Oh, by the way, the reason I called it the Dark Forge is because that's what this element is. This is the elemental darkness. Again, I got the Fire Reaver in the first game. That right there is important, because that means we need a dark elemental blade. Get rid of this thing, because I don't need it anymore. Into the forge.
As I neared the altar, I suddenly felt the Reaver quickening of its own volition. Just as in William's chapel, the balance of power tangibly shifted. Voracious and willful, the Soul Reaver was now in control. And I, merely its helpless puppet. The Reaver plunged itself into that mysterious altar, and devouring the energy that emanated from within, drained this place of its power. Thus sated, the Reaver released me, and I realized as I recovered control that these ancient shrines were forges, each purpose-built to enhance the Reaver with elemental power.
Yeah, the reason is... And that also increases my health. The reason he doesn't mention it, like, the reason he mentions it like he hasn't seen this before is because, if you remember, like I said, the Fire Reaver is actually an optional upgrade. You didn't have to get it in the first game.
Now I understood the purpose of the mysterious basins I had seen throughout my journey. They were elemental fonts, each attuned to a fundamental essence.
That's right the first time.
When I forged the blade, every font in Nosgoth with the same elemental attunement was simultaneously quickened. The Reaver's enhancements were never permanent, but these fonts enabled me to re-imbue the blade by bathing it in the elemental energy distilled therein.
Yeah, the blade does... I don't remember what causes it to run out. I think it's... You have to use it on a door like this.
Concentric circles, one eclipsing the other. I recognized this symbol from the door sealing that other ancient shrine, the one I had seen in the lake, outside the Sarafan stronghold. Perhaps now, armed as I was with the elemental power of darkness, I could return and gain entry.
That's the plan. I don't remember if it's the door or just putting the Reaver away that drains it. I think it's putting it away. I'm just gonna ignore you thralls, because why not? But yeah, you can also usually tell because you can see the Reaver and then you look above it and there's the elemental symbol. Checkpoint! And there, the Forge of Darkness is sealed.
You're a ragged excuse for a savior.
Vorador.
I see my reputation precedes me.
It does.
All good, I hope? I've been watching you since you emerged from that accursed stronghold. Strange that your arrival coincides with the corruption of the Pillars. But I'm wondering, are you the catalyst of these events? Or the answer to them?
I don't know what you mean.
I will speak plainly then. I distrust your origins, stranger. Seeing you crawl from the putrid depths of Mobius's keep makes me question your purpose here. And what should I make of your appearance? Not human, clearly, and more demon than vampire. And the Pillars. It is no mere coincidence that your arrival in that clearing heralded the Pillars' decay. And so I ask you plainly, are you the instrument of the Pillars' destruction, or their salvation?
Neither.
Very well. Let us look at the other side of the coin. I have followed your journey and watched as you blithely unlocked secrets that have been sealed and forbidden for thousands of years. The path you have been treading is open to only one being. You don't know what you are, do you?
I have been many things. If you find me ignorant, enlighten me.
What's the point? This world is beyond redemption. Let the human cattle have it.
I would expect better than meek capitulation from you.
Centuries of persecution have taught me well. 500 years ago, our race was nearly exterminated by the fanatical crusades of the Seraphan. And now the same sick drama unfolds again. In merely a decade, Mobius's cutthroat citizen army has nearly accomplished what the Seraphan could not. Vampires meddling in the affairs of men. Look where it's brought us.
What am I to make of these secrets I've uncovered, then? The depictions of the winged race, the pillars, and the Reaver.
Fairy tales, boy. The delusions of an ancient culture clinging to hope long after the world had discarded them. Their bloodline trickled away, until only one of the ancients remained, sustained solely by obligation and his unfaltering faith in the old prophecies. But you see, even if you are who you appear to be, it no longer matters. You're simply too late. Janos Audron, the Reaver Guardian, the last of the ancients, and my maker, was murdered by the Seraphan nearly 5 centuries ago. He alone would have the answers you seek, but his secrets died with him. I don't know how you've come even this far without his guidance, or without the Reaver, stolen these 500 years ago by the Seraphan. I'm afraid, my friend, that you and all of us are out of luck.
So you think?
I had no less reason to trust Vorador than anyone else I had met. In fact, the ancient vampire was the most forthright being I had encountered thus far. If Janos Audron was the key to all this, then I would find him, and Mobius's time-streaming device would provide me passage. But first, I had to find a way back into the stronghold, and I suspected I would find the means within the lake's mysterious shrine.
So we did just get a little bit more important history, namely that Janos Audron is the when he says maker. For those of you unaware of the vampire terminology stuff, the only reason I know this stuff is because I'm a big fan of mythology. The maker is occasionally also called the sire. Basically, it's the vampire that turned the speaker. So Janos Audron is the one who turned Vorador into a vampire. How about you taste your friend's blade, because that's what I'm going to hit you with. Ah. I have to go back through the Elder God's Pond. But yeah, this right here, you'll notice it. This is another. I don't know. I don't remember if that's a. I don't think that's a forge. No, it's not, because it's not designed right. That is one of the. That's an elemental attunement thing. It's not for darkness though. That one I don't remember the symbol. But we'll get it. And that's actually how you. I think that might be the element. I think that might be the Water Reaver, because I mean we're underwater, and there's another one right here. Pretty sure that's the Water Reaver. What? Yeah, the control scheme is occasionally very sensitive, but also occasionally very stupid. Like, I didn't tell him to go down there. I was trying to make him go forward. Partly the fact that I had to do this with... Like, I'm never going to stop pointing out that doing this with a controller would have been so much easier. But as for him also calling Janos the Reaver Guardian, that is because, as you can probably guess, Janos was the protector of the Soul Reaver. We'll find out more about that 500 years from now. 500 years ago. Where's the save point? You know, let's get on the central platform first. Alright, let's not use the WASD to move. And...
Ah, my wayward child returns.
Having unearthed more than you'd like, I suspect. What am I to make of these ruins that litter the land, and these images here in this chamber?
Merely the deceits of a failed civilization. You are being misled, Raziel. This ancient race hoped to manipulate the future with these scrawled misdirections. You must tread carefully. There are dark forces at work in this world, bent on subverting your true destiny.
I have no doubt of that. The question is, am I in their presence right now?
Your arrogance will spell your demise, Raziel. Deny my will, and the arc of your destiny will reach a sudden conclusion.
Your threats are unmoving. Even now, I'm beyond your reach.
My reach is longer than you realize. This is a very dangerous game you're playing, Raziel.
Well, yeah, because I mean, this is literally a game for me. But we're gonna go ahead and save there. I do like the fact that it also tells you which of the Reaver elements you get.